Hey folks, Red Labor here. Hope you're having a great day. Um, the Middle East blame game and free speech. Yes, this past week, um, all around what's been going on. Always a volatile situation in the Middle East, with the embassies being attacked, and and the Muslims demonstrating and protesting in the Middle East and in and around the world. And what was inspired by these anti-Western protests was a video by a Coptic Christian man on the what it was felt to be negative about Islam, thus causing all the controversy. My question is to the right, the people who loves Dinesh D'Souza, that loves to blame liberals and the left for antagonizing and pissing off the Muslim world with being socially tolerant, being for the separation of church and state, for gender equality, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer liberation, all this sort of thing that apparently pissed off the Muslim world, and people like Dinesh D'Souza urges conservatives in the West to go and make peace with these extreme Muslims, to declare a war on the left. Okay, yet where is Dinesh D'Souza and the right condemning this man, this Coptic Christian man that did the video that denounced certain aspects of Islamic theology? My position is this: freedom of speech is absolute. I am no defender of bashing anybody's religious beliefs unless they're bashing mine first. But at the same time, when it comes to this, the man's got a right to. I'm going to defend the Christian's right to do a video on what he feels like is negative about Islam. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Doesn't mean I have to watch it. Doesn't mean I have to support it. I mean, in a healthy society, the freedom of speech is there to defend not just speech that we're all for, but also speech that offends us the most. And that's kind of a tough thing to do sometimes. But I have to realize freedom of speech needs to be absolute. Now, the Ground Zero controversy a couple of years ago, the Islamic Worship Center. What do I personally think about it? Yeah, I think that maybe the people that wanted to build the mosque worship center wanted to do that to kind of spit at the eye of the West and say, hey, we're going to build it here. This is 9/11. We're proving we're badass. We're just going to go ahead and do that. What the fuck are you going to do about it? I really do believe that might have been a motivation. But it was technically never against the law for the mosque to be built around that Ground Zero area. And because it wasn't against the law, then there really should have been no movement to try to stop it from happening. Now, the minister down in the Pentecostal minister that wanted to burn the Koran, start shit with the Muslim world by doing a public burning of the Koran. Now, that's a freedom of speech thing again. It's stupid as hell to try to do that. I mean, I don't know what purpose there is, but it's a freedom of speech issue, and that was his right to do. Was it wise? No, but that's still freedom of speech is absolute, folks. Now, when it comes to this whole thing regarding the mosque, had it been built, I would have urged maybe right beside it or across the street to build a synagogue, a gay bar, a strip club, a barbecue place, because hey, those groups got their right to build wherever the hell they want to build too. So that's my take on this. But regarding this whole thing here, it's unfortunate what's happening and everything, but I don't like the idea of our society having to be scared to say what we need to be said or what we feel like needs to be said on the basis that we will offend others, in the Islamic world. I don't like the ignorant Islam bashing that goes on in the United States, but to the Islamic world, you're not really doing any public relations great favor or your faith in the eyes of the West when you're going around storming embassies and attacking Western areas, outposts across the world because somebody decides to do a video that downgrades your religion. So but there's another angle to this: the blame game, the right-wing blame game. Right now I'm hearing on talk radio how Obama loves the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, and he's tied in league with all these Islamists out there, what have you, which is just so refutable and so much bullshit that I don't understand why people don't make it clearer and state what is the obvious. If anything, Obama acted more like George W. Bush in this fight against terrorism around the world, including some really fucked up wrong steps, drone missile attacks in some of these countries, and that ends up killing innocent people. Yeah, I know we want to go after Al-Qaeda types or what have you, but what about the innocent people? And so you want to blame Obama for this bullshit that's going on over there, but hey, all you neocons and evangelical Christians and Fox News lovers and people who sit there and watch Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck, if you want to use that blame game and blame Obama for this round of shit that's going on, let's go and blame George W. Bush for the shit that went on in Gaza with the legitimization of Hamas. Hamas was legitimized because of George W. Bush. He pressured the Palestinian territory years ago, about 2004, to have elections in the Gaza Strip. The Fatah government in the Palestinian territory and the Kadima government in Israel urged the Bush administration, do not do this. Do not pressure to have elections in the Gaza Strip because Hamas is going to be legitimized probably if it happens. And to the chagrin of both the Israeli government and to the chagrin of the Fatah government in the Palestinian territory, Hamas was legitimized. And if you're going to go and blame Obama for this shit that's going on today, let's blame Bush too for Hamas being legitimized. We can go back further, folks. We can blame Reagan for 9/11. What the fuck were we doing in the 1980s backing these Islamic rebels, these right-wing Islamic rebels in the fight against the Soviets? I know I don't like communism, but some things are worse than communism. And I think that Islamic fundamentalism, not mainstream Islam, but fundamentalism that exists, just as there's Christian fundamentalism and there's fundamentalism of all sorts out there in the world. Religious fundamentalism, political fundamentalism, anything that's extremist and your fringes and your militants that exists out there, that's the problem. And with regard to Afghanistan, our government back people that attacked us later on 9/11. Those Talibans in the 80s and the people from the Al-Qaeda network all were being propped up by the United States in the 1980s in the fight against the big bad evil Soviets. And the thing about it was, back then the Soviets were not invading Afghanistan. The Soviets came into Afghanistan at the request of a pro-Soviet government that was in power in Afghanistan in '79. And in the 1980s, we backed these people, and there's talk about blowback. We got bitten in the ass because of this. So if you people on the right want to do the blame game. Let's be consistent on the blame game. Now, do I think that Reagan back then wanted 9/11 to happen when 9/11 happened? Absolutely not. The CIA didn't want this shit. This was unintentional on their part. I'm sure as much of a scum of the earth George W. Bush was, I'm sure he probably didn't want Hamas to be legitimized in the Gaza Strip. It happened, And I am for sure, as hell sure, that Obama is not sitting there taking delight over some of the volatile shit that's going on under his watch. Folks, the Middle East has had a lot of shit going on for as long as we can all remember. And it's just really lame to blame the man in charge the way some people like to do. So just think about this. I say, with the Mideast, if you really want to be civil, folks, enough with the blame game. Please comment and have a great day.